We be live. Shalom, shalom. How's everyone doing? Guys, what the hell happened in Pakistan and between Pakistan and India? We had ceasefire for half a minute before the ceasefire was violated. What the hell is happening? Trump apparently came, or we don't know if it was Trump or wasn't Trump. Trump came out and his team started a ceasefire, basically managed to negotiate a ceasefire between Pakistan and India, and then within just a few hours after the ceasefire, Pakistan came and violated the ceasefire. So we're going to talk about it. First of all, Amir, thank you so much for being here, for highlighting the comments. Guys, make sure you mention your comments in the live chat for Amir to highlight them, and Amir will be starting your comments as well, so that I will be reading some of them during the show, and I'll also be reading super chats for sure during the show. So super chats will be appreciated. I will give you also, make sure you like the stream right now. I will give you an overview about what just happened, and then we go over all the opinions and the drama and all the discussions that people are having on social media about it. There's a lot of infighting. There's a lot of interesting takes that are happening. Has my audio? Everything is good. Everything is good. Okay, so let's just get started. I'm just going to give you a quick understanding of what happened, what led to the ceasefire, why did it collapse, who broke the truce, why did the ceasefire fall apart so quickly? Like, why was it so fast? And what's going to happen now? What can we expect? Is this the beginning of what I was going to make a stream about? Like, oh my God, guys, we have a ceasefire. But before I could even start doing the thumbnail and title, like, oh, okay, apparently we don't have a ceasefire, so we have it. Okay, so what's going to happen now? So what happened? India and Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire on May 10th, but fighting started again within 2 hours. 2 hours. Both sides are now blaming each other for breaking the deal. So let's break it down step by step, okay? What led to the ceasefire? In late April, so we already all know this, but I'm just going to mention it for people who might be new here on this channel and have been following this. So in late April, there was a terrorist attack in Kashmir. 26 Indian tourists died. India blamed Pakistan-based militants, and actually for good reason. We discussed that in the previous streams. Tensions rose fast. India bombed camps across the border. Pakistan shut down drones. Civilians were dying on both sides of the border. By the way, India bombed camps across the border, but they mentioned that the places that they're bombing was specifically terrorist sites. They weren't targeting anything from Pakistan's official military. I mean, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes, to be honest. The U.S. I mean, I'm not lying. Tell me I'm lying. Am I lying? I'm not lying. The U.S. government, the U.S. got involved, specifically Trump, and his VP, J.D. Vance, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. They called both sides. By the way, guys, Trump really, really likes to show to the world that he's a man of peace. He's a peace bringer. He's not a warmonger. He's a peace bringer. So this was a really good opportunity for the Trump administration to demonstrate that he can bring peace. So they called both sides, the Trump administration, Trump himself, J.D. Vance, and Marco Rubio were the main people involved. They called both sides and pushed for a quick cooling down deal. A ceasefire was agreed on May 10th at 5 p.m. local time. And then Pakistan thanked the U.S., saying Trump made peace happen. India didn't give Trump credit. Guys, why do you think that is? I think, my guess, again, there are a lot of Indians in the chat, I'm assuming, right? So let me know if you agree with me. My guess is India is sensitive about Westerners getting involved in their affairs because they have had such bad experiences with that. So they don't want to give credit to Westerners. They're like, you know what? We can do things ourselves. Thank you very much. Is that the... Do you guys understand? Do you think that's the reason? Yeah, but I think that's might have something to do. But Pakistan thanked the U.S., saying that Trump made a peace. Thank you very much. India didn't give U.S. any credit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they don't like third-party interferences, especially on the Kashmir issue. Like, this is our business. This is our business. I don't know, but let me know if you think Trump's involvement has been exaggerated, or Trump is right to say that this was I mean, it doesn't really matter. The ceasefire part, it all collapsed very fast. So that was at 5 p.m. local time, and at 7:20 p.m., just 2 hours after the ceasefire, there were loud explosions were heard in I don't know how to, Srinagar, and Jammu. And basically, it's the Indian side of Kashmir. How about we just said the Indian side of Kashmir? Air defense systems started firing. There were blackouts that hit the cities. Lights went off. Likely to, I mean, maybe, yeah, the lights went off because they wanted to make sure that they don't give away the positions. I think that's the reason. Shauna is in the live chat is asking who broke the ceasefire. Pakistan. It was Pakistan. Pakistan broke the ceasefire. Who broke? Yeah, so who broke the truce? Actually, that's the next thing. Each side has a completely different story. So the India side saying Pakistan broke the truce first by firing artillery. I have a hard time. Artillery. There we go. Tongue twister for me. Artillery and flying drones across the line of control. Basically, it's called the LOC, the line of control. So basically, Pakistan. Their narrative is saying they're saying India fired missiles at 3 of our air bases. We didn't retaliate right away, but we're being blamed unfairly. So that's the two narratives. So basically, India says Pakistan attacked first. Pakistan says India attacked first. There's no neutral observer on the ground there. So both sides are just blaming each other with no proof the public can see. Well, I mean, honestly, my given that there's no observers, I'm just going to guess. I have no evidence for this, so this might be completely wrong. But I think that on the Pakistani side, there are the military and the militants there. The government there has less of a leash on them. So on the India side, things are a lot more organized. There's a high, everybody is on the same page. On the Pakistan side, maybe like there are certain elements of the government, like, oh, we have a ceasefire, so let's stop fighting. And there's some other sides like, how about we don't? How about what about no? What about no? Okay, what about like, what if we just shoot something on the other side so that we could keep this going? Because there are within Pakistan's military, within ISI and other elements there are people that are pro-US, people that are pro-Al-Qaeda, people that are pro-Taliban, people that are pro-ISIS. It's just a hodgepodge of so many different groups that with different allegiances and different ideologies. So there are, I'm guessing, this is a guess. My guess on the Pakistani side, there are people that just they just want chaos. There are just some people who just want to see the whole world burn, especially because for them, chaos is a ladder. They like that. There was a little bit of a Batman quote, and there's a little bit of a Game of Thrones quote at the same time. Yeah, they want to see the whole world burn because chaos is a ladder, especially for terrorists, right? So they like the chaos. They like the chaos. And they want to see. They were like, let's escalate. Let's escalate so that we could get something out of this, right? So I'm just saying, like, I think like there are elements within Pakistan government that were basically, okay, great, we have a ceasefire. Can we stop fighting? We cannot beat India. Like, have you seen India? India's army is much bigger than our army, so let's just stop fighting. And there were some people in Pakistan like, haha, let's just shoot at India so that India shoots at us, and we could continue this whole thing going. So this is my guess. What do you guys think? Is this guys? People from India and Pakistan in the chat. Is this a good guess? I think that's a good guess. I see some super chats, but I don't know what that is. So I got a super chat. We got Diversity and Unity saying, can you review Al-Zut writing Musnad Ahmad? That's it. Oh, Musnad. That's a hadith? Oh, I mean, thank you for the super chat, but that's not relevant to our stream today. Yeah. So you mean on another? Can somebody remind me to look into this later? I don't even know what you're referring to. Yeah. Oh, also, we got a super chat from B34STMOD3 saying, well, that's it. That's a username. Saying, thank you so much for the super chat. That's a very generous super chat. Saying, how do you fight deceivers? How do you fight deceivers? By crushing them in battle? I don't know. How do you fight deceivers? By destroying them. I don't know. by having military superiority. Oh, beast mode. Okay, why can't I read? Okay, beast mode. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, that's beast mode. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's continue with what happened. Oh, we're getting more super chat. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just highlight these super chats. But if I'm not understanding what you're asking, and if it's not relevant, I'm just gonna highlight them. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that diversity and unity. All right, there is no neutral observer. Okay, so I already said it. Why did the ceasefire fall apart so quickly? Tensions were already sky high. So this is the analysis. Okay, so I give you my guess. Let me see what the analysis is here. Both sides had troops, missiles, and drones already in battle mode. Stopping all of that instantly is almost impossible. Even a single trigger pull can restart everything. Okay. So no real trust. In India thinks Pakistan still supports terror groups. I mean, India is right to think that. Pakistan says India is using that as an excuse to hit them. I mean, why would India want to do that for no reason? I don't understand I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like India, like oh yeah, everything is going peacefully. Let's just start a full war for no reason. I don't think India has no choice but to retaliate, because if somebody attacks you, you need to respond to basically advertise your deterrent capabilities, or else you're not basically serving. You're not doing service to your own. Uh, your own people. You need to be protecting your own people. India would not want to start. There's no motivation for India to just start a fight with no reason. So yeah, I'm on India's side here. Okay, U.S. deal had no deeper solution. Trump's team pushed for a stop shooting now deal, but it didn't fix the real issues: Kashmir terrorism, water disputes, trade bans. Yeah, I mean, how could it fix all of that? Okay, you want okay, sure. That's too high of an expectation. So even though the guns went silent for 2 hours, nothing was truly resolved. Both sides wanted to look strong. India didn't want to look like it bowed to U.S. pressure. Pakistan wanted to show it had U.S. support. As a result, both rushed to spin the story in their favor even after the truce failed. So what's going to happen now? In the next 2 days, more local fighting is likely going to be happening along the line of control, the LOC. Civilians in border areas are stuck indoors. Many areas are under lockdown. India and Pakistan army officials called DGMOs are set to speak again on May 12th. That call is supposed to decide if the truce can be revived. Okay, so in the next few weeks, weeks, we're talking weeks. So this is going to keep on going. Trump's team will try again, possibly using UAE or Oman as back channel negotiators. India says it won't restore trade or allow river water sharing. Okay, means that it's going to escalate because Pakistan cannot tolerate that. So there was if you guys don't know, there was an Indus water treaty that India is supposed to allow water flowing to Pakistan, and Pakistan desperately needs that. Around 80% of Pakistan's water is coming from India, and basically that would be not allowing water to come from India to Pakistan. It would be the end of Pakistan. Like that's how devastating that is. So basically, India is saying until Pakistan can prove that it's stopping militants, they're not going to respect that treaty, the Indus Water Treaty. Pakistan says India is using that as a power move. Yeah, sure, why not? And it's unfair. Like, why is that unfair? You guys are harboring terrorists in your country to attack India. Could things get worse again? Yeah, okay, yep, here's why. If there is another terrorist attack inside India, especially if it's big, India is likely to respond militarily again. Okay, so guys, this means that the terrorists in Pakistan might be now really motivated to do another terrorist attack. So Indians, please take care, be careful, especially people in Kashmir. Be very careful because the terrorists would love to escalate things right now. So right in the middle of negotiations, they're highly motivated to do a terrorist attack. So if you're Indian and if you're in Kashmir, this is not a time to be brave. This is not a time. Like, be very careful. Please be safe. Be safe, everyone. Indians, be safe. If it happens, there may not be another quick truce. Experts compare this to Israel and Gaza. Ceasefires come and go, but nothing really changes without fixing the root problems. Yeah, how are you going to fix the root problems? There are people on the Pakistani side, especially a lot of them, it's in their religion to want to annihilate all the Hindus. So I don't know what you're going to do. So basically, summary, a ceasefire was agreed between India and Pakistan on May 10th. It collapsed within 2 hours. Both sides accused the other for breaking it first. Trump claims the US made it happen. Pakistan agrees. India does not. The situation is tense again, but for now, both sides are avoiding full-scale war. A key military call on 12th of May could decide what happens next. Okay, let's now that we all caught up, now everybody's caught up. We did good. Now let's go into what everybody is saying about all of this stuff. And also we got another no, okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. User 3438FX is saying pathetic of Trump. So now even a rabbit puppet like Pakistan doesn't listen to protests. He has zero deterrence. I mean, okay, so I mean, Pakistan is not one thing. It's not like Pakistan. I mean, there might have been people in Pakistan who were like desperate to listen to, follow with the ceasefire, but there are other people within Pakistan that were like, how about no, as we mentioned at the beginning of the stream. So to say Pakistan doesn't listen to protests, it depends on which part of Pakistan, who in Pakistan. Yeah, and also people, Brother Brent is saying, like the stream. Guys, please like the stream. It's important that you like the stream so that more people see what we're doing here, okay? It's very important. We're doing good work here. Yusuf saying, how do you think the Iran stuff is going to regard to what's happening between the U.S. and the Islamic... That's not relevant to this show. I mean, please only highlight and star stuff that is relevant to this show. Okay, so Ethiopic... who's a Muslim is saying, I hope my Muslim brothers of Pakistan are safe. Okay, well, I hope everybody on all sides are safe, but that shows that you don't really care about people on all sides, which is very telling of a Muslim, very telling of many Muslims, not all. Hashtag not all. All right, so let's see. Neo is saying, so apparently Pakistan immediately broke the ceasefire. So this is the video that we got from the first video that came out that showed the ceasefire was broken. Let's watch. All right, so that was that. Then let's leave. Oh, wait, hold up. Made a mistake. No worries. I got it. You have to, let's go here. All right, so let's read this caption over here. Add to stream. Trump, so yeah, some of your takes, Neo, I think is her name, agrees with us, saying Trump says we have mediated a ceasefire. Thank you both for being smart. And then Pakistan, hours later, 2/3 of our country is born from first cousins. We don't know what that word means. Sends drones. Okay, so basically saying that the reason Pakistanis sent drones is because they don't understand how ceasefires work, and basically saying they're not very smart, calling them inbreds, and saying that's why the reason why the Pakistani side basically violated is because they're not very smart. I mean, guys, I know this is not PC to say, but Pakistan is, the average IQ in Pakistan is dropping significantly. I mean, I know this is like a satire or whatever, but this is actually scientific reality. Average IQ in Pakistan is dropping because of a lot of them being inbred. And Pakistan is being hit by 3 curses: poverty, Islam, and inbreeding. All right, so that was just a bunch of explosion sounds, not much there. Let's go to this one. Neo is also saying, to be clear about what happened today, Pakistan decided to humiliate Trump. Okay, so she's putting some, this is her take on this. Okay, she's saying that this is the reason why they did this. I mean, I don't know why they would want to humiliate Trump. Pakistan's main funder is the United States. Okay, why would they want to humiliate the country that is giving them the most military aid, right? By the way, I don't know. Are MAGA people here? What do you guys think about the fact that United States continues to give military aid, significant military aid to Pakistan, right? So Pakistan decided to humiliate Trump only hours after he declared a ceasefire by going back to war. Yeah, I don't think the motivation was humiliation, because in fact, they came out and basically gave a lot of credit to Trump right at the beginning. I think it's a lack of control over your military units. I think that's what it is. So politically speaking, they pissed all over him and made him look like a fool. So she's saying that made like Trump look like a fool. He will not take this kind of embarrassment lightly. So this was the post that Trump had when this whole ceasefire happened. Donald Trump had said, after a long night of talks mediated by the United States, I am pleased to announce that India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire. Congratulations to both countries on using common sense and great intelligence. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay, that's embarrassing, because that didn't last long at all. That did not last long at all. So that's kind of embarrassing for Trump, because he said that and then it didn't last. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to appreciate being embarrassed like this. Neo also saying, I want to imagine the US brokered the ceasefire in English and Pakistan didn't have a translator, so they just nodded and then went back to war as soon as the American left the room. Okay, so Neo is like basically constantly making fun of the Pakistani side. So here's another picture of the video of the ceasefire being broken. Let's actually look at this video. So look at this. This is Amuse here saying Indian Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says Pakistan has broken the ceasefire agreement. The problem is there are dozens of independent terror groups in Pakistan who do whatever they want. Hey guys, Indian Foreign Secretary agrees with my analysis. That's amazing. So hey guys, my take was basically the same as Vikram Misri, the Indian Foreign Secretary. He's saying this is why the ceasefire was broken. The problem is there are dozens of independent terror groups in Pakistan who do whatever they want. Exactly. That's the reason why this has happened. How do you like that? How do you like that? And I'm not even an expert, and he is. Fantastic. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to him. Wait, where's the audio?
Okay. There have been repeated violations of the understanding arrived at earlier this evening between the Directors General of Military Operations of India and Pakistan. This is a breach of the understanding arrived at earlier today. The armed forces are giving an adequate and appropriate response to these violations, and we take very, very serious notice of these violations. We call upon Pakistan to take appropriate steps to address these violations and deal with the situation with seriousness and responsibility. The armed forces are maintaining a strong vigil on the situation. They have been given instructions to deal strongly with any instances of a repetition of the violations of the borders along the international border as well as the line of control. Thank you.
Wait. There's somebody in the chat saying, Wikar is saying, oh, I feel so ashamed to be Pakistani sometimes. Do not be ashamed. Did you break the ceasefire? Was it you, Wikar? You're a decent human being. I congratulate you for recognizing how bad some of these people are. And you are better than them, and you should not have guilt by association. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being a good person that wants peace, and you're a good person. You should not be blaming yourself. Okay, just because you're Pakistani, you should not be ashamed of that. You are a good person, and you should focus on that. Just because other people who share a country with you do horrible things, that doesn't mean that you're responsible for that. Okay, and I appreciate you being here. Okay. Oh wait, we have some key updates. ceasefire violations. Just okay. We already said that. Mutual accusations, military engagements, international mediation. Okay, so not much. Okay, so the updates within the past couple of hours are. I already have this everything ready here. Okay, so here's an interesting tweet. I'm gonna highlight that. Again, guys, please make sure you keep liking the stream. Like the stream if you appreciate what we're doing here. Okay, Wicker is saying thank you. Oh yeah, a lot of people in the chat are also giving Wicker some morale boost. Appreciate you being here. Okay, guys, like our problem with Pakistan's governments and militant groups and terrorists. Okay, within Pakistan, there are a lot of ex-Muslims, there are a lot of atheists, there's secular activists, there's also a lot of other decent people who do not agree with any of this bullcrap. Okay, and we wish the best for them. And one reason why we're anti the Pakistani government and the Pakistani Islamism is for the sake of these good, decent Pakistani people. Okay, so we're not anti-Pakistani people. We're against their government and their terrorist activities. Okay, so that's important that we make that clear here. Yeah, and the army, yes, I know. All right, so let's watch this. Tony here. Oh, let me follow. Tony saying India and Pakistan came to an immediate and full ceasefire. Oh yeah, actually, let's listen to this guy because this is before the ceasefire. This is within the first 2 hours. Look how excited this guy. This is a big Trump fan, and I kind of feel I don't want to make fun of him because he was so. I just feel bad for him because he was so excited about what Trump achieved, but he should have waited a little bit longer before he made the video. So let's watch this video. It's kind of interesting. But he was so excited that Trump actually brought ceasefire.
The first new war of 2025. Just kidding. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. That's Sleepy Joe. India and
wait. Yeah. So actually, the India and Pakistan came to immediate and full ceasefire after a night of talking with Donald Trump. When the president speaks some shit, when the president speaks, and there's a comma missing here. When the president speaks, some shit happens. I told you all, keep it up, Donald Trump. But damn, let me catch up. I got to catch up to the accomplishments. So much winning. Okay. So they're saying because he's making fun of the people who were saying that because Trump keeps saying that during his first time, no major wars started in war. And during Biden's administration, we had more wars, especially the war between Ukraine and Russia started. And a lot of people were making fun of Trump because they're saying oh, look, now under your presidency, another war is starting between India and Pakistan. What are you saying about that? So he started making fun of them because Trump, when he negotiated the ceasefire, he said look, you guys are fools because Trump actually stops wars. He doesn't cause wars. He stops wars. So let's watch this.
First new war of 2025. Just kidding. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. That's Sleepy Joe. India and Pakistan came to an immediate and full ceasefire after a night of talking with Donald Trump. When the president speaks, some shit happens. I told y'all niggas that shit 2 months ago. On top of that, the first lady just opened up $25 million for kids coming out of foster care. Did Joe Biden have a wife? Was there a first lady for the last 4 years? I didn't hear one thing about her. Hold up, y'all think I'm bullshitting. Who the fuck is Miss Biden? Also, I just posted about a Trump dub. I can't stop. I have 5 more TikToks to make because this nigga doesn't stop winning. So you know what happens when the patriotism builds up? It comes out. Keep it up, Donald Trump. But damn, let me catch up. I gotta catch up to the accomplishments, please. I don't want you to slow down. You're doing great. But damn.
Wow. Okay. So I wonder if anybody is now making fun of him because there was a thank you for this video. I believe it represents the truth that the people are united force of liberty. Okay, I don't know. Nobody's calling him out for now because now it didn't last. We'll see. So there was nobody in the comments making fun of him. That was interesting. I thought that there would be a lot of people who did that. Okay. Republicans against Trump account. This is my go-to account to see what the anti-Trump narrative is. Okay, so this one is saying after Trump and Rubio claimed they mediated a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, India's foreign ministry contradicted them, saying the ceasefire was arranged directly between the two countries. They lie about everything. Okay, so this is kind of unfair because the Pakistan, he doesn't, this is like, see, you're not being objective. I mean, it's true that the Indian foreign minister contradicted them, but you could have also mentioned that the Pakistani side actually credited Trump for the ceasefire. So you didn't mention that. Guys, this is why you come to this channel, because I show you all sides of everything, right? I don't just show things, views that only I agree with. I'm basically trying to paint you a better picture. This is why you appreciate me, and this is why you like the stream. This is why you like. This is why are you not liking? What's wrong with you? The people aren't liking. Like, I mean, if you're driving and if you're like walking your dogs or whatever, that's okay. Okay, but other people who haven't liked, why are you not liking? By the way, if you're driving, please don't like the stream. Please don't like the stream. It's okay. You could do it later. You could do it later. All right, let's go to this one. Okay, so this is I'm doing my part. Yeah, thank you. We should have a meme that when people are liking, we should have the meme from that movie. What was that? The Bugs movie? What was that? Where everybody's saying, I'm doing my part, I'm doing my part. We should have that. That would be a really good encouragement for people liking the stream. Starship Troopers. Oh yeah, those. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. That is it. Thank you, Amir. Amir has my answer right away. Okay, so this person, Phoenix Fire, is saying, Al Jazeera correspondent in Pakistan lying through his teeth, running propaganda of a female Indian pilot being arrested. Pathetic bunch of losers. State of Al Jazeera and Pakistan media. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised that Al Jazeera ran with this because this hasn't been verified. I mean, maybe let's listen to this. So the Pakistani side is actually, guys, bragging about the fact that they managed to get a female pilot. And this is quite sus. You know why this is quite sus? Because there's a thing with Muslims and capturing infidel women that makes me, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but makes me think that they made this shit up, right? But again, I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I will show you some other people trying to fact check this. But listen to this.
From the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, to tell us what we're hearing on an official capacity from where you are, Kamal.
Well, right now, we can tell you that according to the military sources, at least 2 more Indian fighter jets, these are Rafales, according to the government of Pakistan, have been shot down. A female pilot has been taken into custody. She was one of the fighter pilots of the Indian Air Force. Also important to note that all this began, this sequence of events, after
From the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, to tell us what we're hearing.
So look at this, guys. So there's a lot of fake, I don't know, fake or not news. I mean, the other side who's claiming this, they're not providing any information about this. I mean, they're not providing any evidence for this, actually. So, for example, here you can see Pakistan is spreading fake news that they have destroyed Indian airbase. So there's a couple of stuff that the Pakistani side is saying that they have managed to do, and the Indian side is saying it's fake news, okay? So here's another one, for example, that they destroyed an Indian airbase. India shows videos that everything is normal and all Indian airbase, normal at all Indian air bases. Will Pakistan understand that wars are not won by spreading fake news on social media? I mean, actually, to be fair, sometimes wars are won by spreading fake news, okay? Because you need to appease your side. Like I know that as an Iranian, seeing what the Iranian regime does, the Iranian regime, because it cannot do certain things, it claims that it has done some things, and to just to appease the people on its side without actually doing those things. And sometimes that works, right? So let's actually listen. Like, so this is the Indian government basically showing like what air base destroyed. Like, here's all our air bases that are all functioning.
This is their stuff.
Look, they're showing. They have basically, the Indian government came and had a slideshow of all their air bases, like everything is functioning. Okay, so Xerox is saying they did attack Indian air base. India admitted it. Yeah, there's a difference between attacking it and destroying it. Okay, they're like,
the runways are intact.
They're basically saying everything is intact. Okay, yeah, attempting to destroy an airbase is different from destroying an airbase. So this is the Indian government basically saying like, no. And then there was these fact checkers. I don't know how good. I mean, this is not an unbiased fact checker, as you can see by the logo. Okay, and but let's see what the fact checks show. So they claim that Indian female Air Force pilot has not been captured. Indian female Air Force pilot has not been captured. Okay, pro-Pakistan social media handles claim that Indian female Air Force pilot, I don't know, squadron leader Shivani Singh has been captured in Pakistan. Okay, and basically saying this claim is fake. Okay, so here's the problem with this fact check. It doesn't say why, so it's just say fake. Okay, there are news that Indian female Air Force pilot squadron leader Shivani captured in Pakistan while she jumped from the jet. Her is a video too. Okay, so here's a video. I mean, here's a video. Okay, so the problem with this fact check is that it's not showing me how it figured out that this is fake. I saw somewhere else that they showed this picture. Yeah, I don't like. My guess is that they're right, that this is fake news. This is my guess. I don't know really. Okay. However, I mean, this fact checker is probably correct, but you need to show some reason. Like, how did you fact check this? Usually, like well-recognized fact checkers, they don't just say like fake. They actually show you evidence for why this is fake. Yeah, exactly. The stamp don't prove anything, but it's a stamp. Yeah. This just putting a fake stamp on something doesn't make it fake. I mean, again, if I had to bet, I would agree that this is fake news. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I cannot just go by this fact check. Like, look at this. It's got 12,000 likes, and nobody asked like, how did you verify? No, like, I checked the comments. Nobody was asking how you verified this. Look, like people are saying, thank you for debunking Pakistan peddle fake news. I mean, it's probably Pakistan peddle fake news. I agree. But how did you debunk it? Did you debunk it by just putting a stamp fake on it? Like, that's not a debunking. That's not how you debunk. Okay. Just, I have a stamp. I have a fake stamp. It's over. It's debunked. Okay. So look. So let's look at this one. Here's another fact check by the same account. So PIB fact check is saying Indian pilot ejected over POK. Here's the truth. Post on social media claim that an Indian pilot ejected from a fighter jet over Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And again, this claim is fake, which probably, yes, it is probably fake. But how do you know? Again, because there's a stamp. Fake. Okay. Like, this is not how you fact check. What the hell? Where's your work? Where's your research? What the hell? I don't know. How did you decide? Like, put some information, like put some. Okay. I don't know. Another fact check. Okay. This one actually maybe has some information on it for why it's fake. Hold on. Let me look at this one. PIB fact check saying water claim about Indian female Air Force pilot captured by Pakistan. Fake news. The image being circulated is from June 2023 and thus old. There you go. That's finally some information. This one is actually gives you a reason. The two other ones don't give you a reason. Okay, yeah, I can see. Yeah, they link to an art. Can I share this? Yeah, I can share this. There's nothing bloody here. It's okay. I don't. Yeah, okay. I can share it. Yeah. See, they link to something from 2023, and they show the images that are from 2023. So it's fake news. So here, finally, they actually gave you a reason. They verified this is fake news. This one is fake news. So we know this is fake news because they were trying to use this image to say like we captured the pilot, but they showed that this image was from 2023. So this is actually proper fact checking. Okay, so one out of three, I agree with that. Okay, so like this one. Those other two, I don't understand how they fact check it. And given that they actually provided the reason here, why this is fake. That shows that they know, like, that they can't do that. Like, if they actually have evidence, you could have provided some reason for those other claims as well, right? So this was fake and has been verified that it's fake. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to be fair here. Okay. Wait, let's look at this lady here. What is she saying? This is from the incognito account. Let's look at this lady this is an Indian woman. Let's listen to her take on all of this together.
Tell me, how sick do you have to be in your head to think that the people responding to a terror attack are the villains, while the people giving shelter to terrorists, attending their funerals, and attacking civilians as revenge are somehow the victims? Make it make sense.
I mean, she's not wrong. That makes sense. All right, so let's look at some of these other things. What is this? Ian Miles Chung saying this is kind of what happened before Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire. Indian ex-users remain undefeated. Okay, so Indian ex-users remain undefeated. So you can see that people are taking this Twitter wars very seriously. I don't know, guys. I think some people are taking this Twitter wars more seriously than the actual war. So, okay, I don't know. Let's go to this one. Oh, here. Hindutva Night. What a name. Hindutva Night is saying Pakistan is celebrating bursting crackers in Islamabad after losing 12 air bases last night. Wait, did Pakistan lose 12 air bases? Let me fact check that. So I could fact check this. Let's go. I think she's exaggerating. But she's saying that basically they lost. Pakistan is literally the synonym of shameless. So let's watch. Let me see what this one got. 27,000 likes just by this one tweet. But let's fact check what she's saying. So these are, I don't know why they're celebrating though. I mean, she's right to call out why they're celebrating. What are you celebrating? You know, I think celebrating with fireworks is a really bad idea because people cannot tell now the difference between being attacked and the sound of fireworks. You want people at this time to be sensitive to any potential attacks. And when you're doing fireworks, people are like, oh, is this fireworks or are we being attacked? Like, that seems like a very bad idea. And also, I'm not saying any evidence that this video fireworks. Actually, she might have just dug this fireworks video from somewhere else. So I'm like looking, there's no evidence that Pakistan's lost 12 air bases. This seems to not be right. I mean, there's no credible sources saying that. There's no satellite imagery. I mean, we have open source analysts like GeoConfirmed and OSINT Technical. There are public access that they have access to satellite imagery that they show no visible damage to major Pakistani bases such as Mushaf, Rafiqu, or Minhas. This 12 air bases lost narrative appears only in low credibility posts on Twitter or X formerly Twitter without photos, videos, or located data. Okay, so guys, see, I don't think this is right. I don't think this is right, but it's amazing that you could just say that and it gets 27,000 likes on X. Yeah, guys, be careful. I mean, it's easier than ever to fact check these things. Easier than ever. So I don't know why people just like believe that. Stop believing that. Stop believing stuff so fast. Incognito saying brain dead. Oh my. Okay, so YouTube. I'm not generalizing all Pakistanis. I'm reading comments on Twitter. Okay, so brain. I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, let me just say whatever what that said. What I just said before, and then Pakistanis will consider it as a victory. They will teach their children in madrasas that they defeated India. We need some kind of formal end to this where Pakistan admits its defeat. That's not going to happen. I mean, Pakistan admits its defeat. Here's the thing, my man. Even if you actually manage to really defeat them in a way that is undeniable, they will still claim victory. Even if they can't claim victory in this life, they will claim victory in the afterlife. It's the Muslim way. It's the Islamic method. Even if we lose in this life, we will still be victorious in the afterlife. So if you're trying to get to a point where they admit defeat, you're not going to get there. You're not going. That should not be your goal, because it's an unachievable goal. You should just defeat them and be happy that you defeated them, regardless of what they said. Oh, thank you so much for getting our super chat, guys. We have I will read super chats during the show. Oh, we got 2 super chats. Ginga is saying, "Why are you surprised about Al Jazeera? They're always trash." What makes you think I was surprised? I'm always excited talking about this is me talking. This is me just talking. This is me being high energy. Also, we should not normalize. And also, first of all, let me say, like Al Jazeera, they do spread fake news, especially when it comes to, Palestine and Pakistan. However, in that clip that we showed, he didn't necessarily say that this happened. He said that the Pakistani government is saying that this happened. So technically, he didn't say anything wrong, right? But again, I'm not surprised. I'm just high energy. Okay, I'm just high energy. This is my tone. This is how. This is you need to meet my level. Okay, you're just that Ginga. You need to just reach my level of being high energy. But thank you for the super chat. And yes, Al Jazeera does spread a lot of trash, mostly when it comes to Israel and Pakistan, related stuff, especially Israel and Palestine stuff. But yeah. So let me see. We got another super chat saying, "Just watch videos." Gave us a super chat saying, "Indian officials have shared GPS coordinates of Pakistan losing air bases. Please do a thorough check. Pakistan has admitted 6 bases gone." Okay, so let me check that. Let me verify this. So I will check that. Thank you, Amir. Thank you for reminding me about the super chats. Okay, so I'm gonna let this run searching. I'm gonna keep this super chat start. We're gonna get back to it to see if you're correct. Okay. Oh, we got this comment. AG saying, "AG, thank you for being a member." AG saying, "Armin, do you think Pakistan was provoked to aggression indirectly by the recent fatwa against Israel?" No. I mean, unless there's an evidence for this. I mean, everything is possible, but unless there's an evidence for it, it's not justified to believe that. Right? Okay, I'm looking. I'm doing some more search and think there's no reputable outlet or satellite imagery firm that reports any Pakistani airbase damage, let alone 12. The only airbase claim in the past 48 hours are Pakistan's own statement that Indian missiles hit 3 of its fields, which are still unverified. Okay, so guys, there's a difference between missiles hitting your air bases than your air bases being destroyed. Missiles hitting your air bases, it could be just a hole. It could be a hole in the ground that you fill. or like a roof of your building's falling that you have to mend it like within a couple of days. So let me actually bring back that super chat. Please losing airbases. So we have some information that there were some missiles hit airbases. Airbases being destroyed or losing them is like a major claim. The 12 airbase loss line appears only in social media posts and has not been confirmed by Reuters, AP, BBC, or independent OSINT accounts. India's PIB fact check unit and multiple fact checkers flag similar viral posts, e.g., Indian bases destroyed as fabricated, showing both sides are pushing disinformation. Bottom line, okay, so I'm not seeing it, guys. Are you guys seeing it anywhere else? And do you guys have any credible information? I'm willing to easily change my stance on this as soon as I see some credible information. Like, I'm not married to these positions. People are saying it happened 9 p.m. today. Okay. I could keep checking, but I'm not saying anything verified. Like, you tell me where you're seeing this. I'm not seeing it. Indian Army press. Nur Khan Air Base has been missile. Okay, now you're changing their claim. Thank you for the super chat. Just watch videos. It's saying Nur Khan Air Base has been missiled. Have been missiled and losing air bases are so different. You know how I know? Like, for example, the Iranian regime sent missiles to Israel, and some of them landed in some of the air bases in Israel, and they caused some damage. Okay, and I know that, and the Iranian regime said that we took out their air bases, and the Israeli people went there to the air base, and they showed there was a hole in the side of the runway of one of their air bases. An airbase being missiled and an airbase being destroyed or losing airbases are so different, such a major difference in claim. So let's be careful about how we talk about these things. Let me see. So this is a credible claim, okay? Recent credible reports confirm that Indian Air Force conducted precision strike. Oh, no, that's well, these reports, no. Indian air bases were attacked. So I'm going to keep checking these things because you guys want me to verify this. So we will look into it. All right, so let's go. Again, so guys, you have to look at the damage. Where was it? And is it fixable fast? And sometimes the damages are in places that doesn't make the airbase come dysfunctional, right? So let's continue. So the reason why some Indians are saying, because Trump brought the ceasefire and Pakistan was giving credit to Trump for that, and then the Indians are the Indians, a lot of these Indians are conservative. They don't like it that the Pakistani side is claiming victory over Trump doing something that the Pakistan was giving credit to, right? So that's the tension here. So somebody's saying, bruh, it was in new news. The military officials just released the satellite images. You keep saying that, but I'm not, I get, maybe you're right. So here, Pakistani, no. If it's just new, just tell me where to look at it. Like, give me a credible article or something. Don't give me Indian Twitter accounts. Give me a credible source. I'm not saying, you're saying, bruh. Well, bruh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I'm not seeing anything. Oh, Nina, can you send that link to me somewhere else? Like, give me because I cannot click. Oh, here, I could click on it on my phone. So what is this? Operation Cinder Live, how Pakistan stood down after India's account. Okay, this is not telling me that air bases in Pakistan were taken out. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do one more digging, but after this, I'm gonna move on. All right. And again, if it's something that is happening like within the past few minutes or few hours, then don't worry. I'm gonna cover it on the next news. Okay, here's the last deep dive I'm going to do in this. Okay, it says there have been confirmed reports of Indian airstrikes on multiple Pakistani air bases in recent days. Okay, particularly between May 8th and May 10th. These strikes were part of India's Operation Sindoor, launched in retaliation for a terrorist attack in Pahalgam that killed 26 civilians. The Indian Air Force IAF targeted several strategic air bases, including Nur Khan, Chakala, Sargoda, oh my god, these names, I don't know. Okay, satellite imagery and open source intelligence analysis have confirmed damage to key infrastructure and some of these bases, notably the Nur Khan Air Base, which is a significant hub for Pakistani air military combat. While these strikes have caused significant damage to military infrastructure, there is no credible evidence to support claims that Pakistan lost 12 air bases in a single night. Or I didn't say in a single night. The term "lost" implies complete operational incapacitation, which has not been substantiated by independent sources. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It just hasn't been substantiated. Both India and Pakistan have engaged. Yeah, so basically there are significant damages, okay? But we don't know if that means that the airbase has been taken out, okay? I'm not denying that there weren't attacks on air bases, okay? But I'm not saying they have been completely taken out or they haven't. I'm just saying that we need more evidence, okay? Fair. People are happy now. People are saying fair enough. Okay, good. We'll see. We'll see. Like, it will come out eventually to see how significant the damage is. It's hard to hide these things because we have satellite imagery, right? Satellite imagery. So don't worry. We will find out soon. We will find out soon enough. Hold on. I lost my place on YouTube on my phone. All right. Let's see what this Ram is saying here. Ram. Saying Pakistanis shouting Pakistan Zindabad after their Nur Khan base was destroyed. Okay, so again, I would just clarify, maybe significantly damaged. Destroyed means that it's no more. The whole population has been conditioned to see hits as wins. I mean, even if it's not completely destroyed, this is a fair take. Like, why are you guys happy? I mean, I don't know if they're happy. They're just resisting, maybe. Hold on, listen to this. Yeah, I mean, they're celebrating. I mean, it's an Islamic way. Just always act like you're victorious, even though you're being attacked and and your enemies are strong.
पाकिस्तान नूर खान एयरबेस जहां भारत ने अटैक किया, 2 दफा अटैक किया, उसके बाद मौजूद हूं और यहाँ भारत की जानब से शदीद हमला किया गया और आप देख सकते हैं पाकिस्तानी निकल आए हैं, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद का नारा लगा रहे हैं।
Pakistan Zindabad.
पाकिस्तान का परचम लेकर बाहर निकले हैं, नारा तकबीर अल्लाहु अकबर का नारा लगा रहे हैं। पाकिस्तान।
All right, so they're just shouting Pakistan Zindabad. I mean, yeah, this is just going around and shouting things is basically the only thing you can do when you're not as strong as your enemy. I mean, I'm used to this. I'm Iranian, so I'm used to this. I see this from the Iranian regime all the time, right? So incognito here saying Pakistani locals enjoying fire show. Here you go. At Sheikh Zayed International Airport in Punjab, Pakistan. Unlike Pakistani government, Indian Army is not charging Pakistani citizens for this. Okay, so guys, was there? Let me actually check if there was fire here. Was there fire? I need to fact check these things. I don't know who's telling the truth and who's not. Okay. So, but let's look at the fire again, guys. I'm skeptical. Okay, I'm like, this is how I am. I'm skeptical Just because I'm on India's side here. Okay, I'm on India's side. I'm against Pakistan's government. I'm against Pakistan's military. I'm against Pakistan's terrorist activities. Okay, but just because I'm on India's side, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be skeptical. I'm just going to basically anything that shows like it's pro-India, I'm going to close my eyes and be like, yeah, it's true. I'm going to check. I'm going to double check. Okay. That's why people are here on this channel, because I check things. And again, if I don't see evidence for something, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It just means that I'm just going to wait for more evidence to say that it happened. So let's watch this. Okay, so this is confirmed. There were fires. Okay, so this is confirmed that there were fires at the airport. I just checked. Okay, and let's go over here. Guys, if you appreciate me making sure that I don't spread, like, well, I can't make sure 100%, but if you appreciate that I try my best not to spread fake news here on this channel, please like the stream, because it's actually easier for me to just go ahead completely pro anything I hear that confirms one side. That's the best way to grow a channel. Okay, but here we try to do better, and if you appreciate that, please like the stream. Okay, so a Pakistan Untold account, what is this saying? It's saying I support. Okay, so I have to be careful with this. I'm not going to show this because this guy is crazy, and if I play this, YouTube might actually flag this show. So I'm going to try to be careful. So this is a Bangladeshi Muslim that what he's saying in this video is saying, I support Pakistan because it's a Muslim country. We will okay, I'm not going to read that, all Hindus in Bangladesh. I mean, this is Islam. So Hindu India saved your mothers from being this. Now this guy is saying Hindu India saved your mothers from being raped by Pakistan. Today their sons dream of K-ing Hindus. Pakistan 2.0 loading. So basically Bangladesh is Pakistan 2.0. Yeah, I'm not going to play this video because YouTube algorithm might hear it and think that we're basically endorsing violence and stuff like that we're not. Okay, we're anti-violence. We're basically trying to demonstrate this here. This is YouTube. This is the news. We're just covering the news. We're not supporting any of this, right? Incognito here saying perfect analysis of Pakistan. They are paranoid and pathological liars. They are obsessed with India. So let's listen to this video. This one was on Bill Maher. This is actually a good summary of why we're in this mess.
Their whole worldview is, India must kill India. And that's why they started the Taliban. They started the Taliban to give them a base in Afghanistan so the Indians wouldn't be there. They're paranoid, and they're such pathological liars, they don't even know when they're lying anymore.
You're talking about the Pakistanis?
Pakistanis.
Okay, just to make that sure.
Wow, that was pretty intense. Like, listen to this last part.
To give them a base in Afghanistan so the Indians wouldn't be there. They're paranoid, and they're such pathological liars, they don't even know when they're lying anymore.
You're talking about the Pakistanis?
Pakistanis.
Okay, just to make that sure. Richard.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't know. Okay. So this Daniel guy, I actually haven't listened to this analysis, but this analysis that he had, I read the caption. This analysis that he had got 24,000 likes and 1 million views. So let's listen together.
The ceasefire.
And I'm going to listen to you with you, see how much. This is an 8-minute analysis. Again, I'm going to show it to you guys, but because it was an analysis that was being so much shared everywhere, and I'm going to give full credit to him, Daniel Boardman. Go follow him on Twitter, Daniel Boardman. So let's listen to what he has to say, because this was a very popular take on all of this.
To ceasefire or not to ceasefire? That is the question facing those in Islamabad right now. So if you're like me in the West, you woke up this morning and India and Pakistan had a ceasefire, and then you had a coffee, and then India and Pakistan did not have a ceasefire because Pakistan started firing at India. So what does this mean for the West? What are you looking at going forward? All right. to understand what is going on in Pakistan, you have to understand Pakistan's modus operandi and what they're doing. So yes, the Pakistani-backed terrorist attack in Kashmir killed people for failure to recite Islamic verses. They then received refuge in Pakistan. India then did Operation Sindoor to bomb the Pakistanis, terrorist base there. India very clearly wanted to attack just the terrorists. Pakistan saw an attack on terrorists as an attack on the entire country of Pakistan, because Pakistan sees itself as a giant terrorist organization, not a formal country in any serious way. Now, to understand Pakistan further, what are their motivations? Their motivations are not peace, prosperity, security, water, blah, 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 blah. It's the maintenance of their terrorist organization for the purpose of destroying India.
So to be clear, the way I would adjust what he's saying a little bit, there are many groups of their institutions, organizations, terror groups, people with that agenda. Okay, so which have a lot of influence. I would just change it a little bit like
India. Even further in on that, it's the part of the Pakistani military wants to retain power, because Pakistan is not a democracy. It's a military-run dictatorship with a democratic veneer thrown on top of it to appease the Westerners to continue to get bailouts and loans from the Western world, right? So they either get these bails and loans through hook and crook or through threatening and, the threat of nuclear annihilation. They then threaten the world into paying for them. So that's the
basically Pakistan has taken the whole world hostage. She's like, look, I have nukes, I have Islamists, give me money, or else I have a bunch of crazies that will get hold of these nukes. So even the part of Pakistan's government that is not crazy, okay, they're using the crazy in this country to basically hold the whole world hostage. Hey, like, if you don't want nukes, if you don't want these crazy people get hand of all, like they're taking advantage of having a lot of crazy people and saying like, hey, if you don't, I have nukes, I have crazy people. You want to, like, if you don't give me money, I'm going to collapse and these two are going to get too close together. Right? So this is how you basically hold the whole world hostage and get a lot of money to basically keep these two apart.
Their goal. Now, what is Pakistan's modus operandi? Lie, 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 lie. And this is where it's going to become important for the West, because as they saw in the Israel-Palestine war, they know they can't militarily defeat India. And this is a major sticking point for Pakistan, because, again, you have to understand, to them, they are the Ummah, they are the clean people, Pak in the land of the clean. Their literal philosophy is that Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists are dirt, not just the filth of them, and they are superior to them. So Pakistan is...
That is not an exaggeration, okay? As an ex-Muslim myself, I will tell you the Islamic point of view is that non-Muslims are najis. Najis means filth, dirty, unholy, spiritually unclean. People that if you touch, you have to wash your hands before you can pray again. So, if you listen to him, you might feel like he's exaggerating, but this is an Islamic teaching. People are saying true. Yes, exactly.
Is a major superiority complex towards India. However, India's technological superiority, economic superiority, and now military superiority is a major sticking point for the Pakistani Ummah. The military superiority of India is a major blow because, again, Pakistan is a military dictatorship. They maintain power through military rule. So in order to maintain this, they must lie about India. So this is why you see the big news about Indian jets getting shot down, despite the fact that we have no evidence that Indian jets were shot.
Wait, the Indian ships didn't get shut down? Because what were those images that people were shooting, were sharing that there were wreckage? Were Indian jets shot down? Or was that just another Pakistani lie?
Shot down whatsoever. The major reason they want to do this is because air power is sort of the modern indicator for the strength of a military.
Okay, so it's it. But I'm saying again, guys, don't blame me. Okay, maybe it's wrong. Maybe I say there is credible evidence that Indian Air Force IAF jets were shot down during the recent hostilities. So is this misinformation? Hold on, let me actually do some more deep dive. So he's saying that's fake news, but what I'm saying it's not fake news. I will look into it more.
All war.
People are saying fake. Somebody's saying fake in the chat. Fake in the chat. Guys, are you saying it's fake because we're on India's side, or is it fake because you actually checked and it was fake? Like, let's be careful here. Let our biases saying, okay, yes, at least 2 Indian fighter jets were shot down or crashed during the 7th to 10th May strikes. Pakistan claims 5, but India hasn't confirmed numbers. Say out of the 5, 2 of it has been confirmed. So the sources are Washington Post visual analysis shows. So Washington Post visual analysis shows a wreckage of 2 IAF jets in Indian administered Kashmir after 9th of May raids. U.S. officials to Reuters. So U.S. officials to Reuters has said, say Pakistan's Chinese-made J-10 brought down 2 Indian aircraft. Pakistani military spokesperson, I mean, we don't care about that. They could be lying. They claim 5 Indian planes were downed. Okay, so that's not a credible source. Indian Air Force briefing admits losses as parts of combat. It says all pilots are home, gives no figures. Okay, so at least the Indian Air Force is confirming that something happened. Right, so guys, we have 2 sources that are credible, Washington Post and the U.S. officials to Reuters. So it's not, I mean, I think it's justified right now to say that that's not fake, right? So I don't know why he's saying it's fake. Something Muhammad saying it's not fake, although the 5 was an exaggeration. Okay, good. Muhammad is Muhammad. I trust Muhammad more than many people. So
Warfare is sort of controlled by the air. That's why.
So some people are saying it's fake Pakistan propaganda. I give you other sources than the 5. The number 5 could be fake Pakistani propaganda. But I just gave you Washington Post and U.S. officials to Reuters, and also Indian Air Force admitting that there were losses. I mean, they're not saying what losses, so that's not a good. Some people saying no evidence whatsoever. I just gave you evidence. There were wreckage. Here, let me show you evidence. Oh my God, I don't want. Okay, so what is this? So this thing is blocking me from showing you the wreckage, but this is Washington Post, and oh my God, I don't want to go away. But anyways, the title says fighter jets. Okay, so it's showing some. What is this title? Okay, the title says at least 2 Indian jets appear to have crashed during the Pakistan, and there's image of that, but I cannot see it because of this thing blocking me. So please fact check that. I just did. Okay. Guys, I know there's a lot of pro-India sides here, but things happen in war. Just sometimes go down. Not everything that you don't like is fake news. Okay, let's be a little bit more analytical here. Somebody saying that's an error, but guys, this is not my analysis. These are experts analyzing this. I mean, it still could be wrong, but it's now justified to be based on the evidence that we have right now, the justified position for us to have. Somebody else saying it's fake. How do you know it's fake? Like, do you guys have reasons for why it's fake? Oh God, let's continue.
You know, Ukraine wants a no-fly zone, wants air defense systems, and all that. The superiority of the Indian jets is a major sticking point to Pakistan. So, which is why they have to then claim that they've shot down so many of those jets. Now, the other thing they want to do is they want to.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a good take, bro. Saying, bro, we are not denying loss. 5 jets are fake one. Yeah, I'm not calling you out. Yeah, the 5 jets seem to be an exaggeration. I'm talking about 2 jets. 2 jets seem to have evidence behind it right now. Okay, guys. Obviously, India has a major military superiority to Pakistan. Nobody can deny that. But even if you have military superiority, sometimes your jets are taken down. It's a thing that happened.
So, which is why they have to then claim that they've shot down so many of those jets. Now, the other thing they want to do is they want to undermine India's moral superiority to Pakistan, right? This is, again, where it's projection. So Pakistan has learned that what they want to do to damage India is they know they can't defeat India militarily, so they want to damage India reputationally. So if you saw like the flight patterns of Pakistani civilian airliners, well, they were sending drone swarms and firing at India. They were sending their own civilian passengers like along the border, right? They wanted to keep as many civilian airplanes in the sky because they were hoping to knock down a Pakistani jet. Either they would knock down their own jet or India would knock down a civilian airliner, and then they could blame it on India. This should remind you of the Islamic Republic of Iran's missile attack on PS-752, like the Ukrainian flight. Again, this is a jihadist mentality. Their threat to India is basically, we'll kill as many Pakistani people as we can to just undermine India. So the spending of, again, every terrorist that India kills will be claimed as a civilian. So this is where you get into an information warfare, where India wants to, sort of target the terrorist training camps, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, all these like actual terrorist training camps, which the Pakistani military is fully funding and involved in, but we're pretending that they're separate for a bit. So India's goal is to degrade their power, but they serve a dual purpose. One, terror, so they can send jihadists in to murder non-Muslims, point blank range in places like Kashmir. But then also when they get hit, because they're not officially Pakistani military, they then get to play the, oh, look, this was just a doctor baby journalist, whatever. So that is the other thing they want. And the third major thing they're going to want to do is discredit of Indian media. And by flooding the sphere with absolute garbage fake news and then using Indian counterclaims going after them, essentially what they're trying to do is bait the Indian media personalities into saying things that are not true, right? By flooding the sphere with so...
Guys, that's why you have to be more careful with fake news, okay? Because there might be some people on the Pakistani side that try to spread pro-India news out there that are fake, so that pro-India people share that on social media, and then it comes out that it's fake, and then the Pakistani side could delegitimize and embarrass the Indian side for spreading fake news. This is why you have to be careful. Just because, even if you're biased in favor of India, which I am as well, some pro-India news might actually be being spread by Pakistan's cyber army, just so that they could attack the credibility of the people on the other side. So don't support everything all the time because it makes India look good. Make sure that it's actually true.
So much nonsense and misinformation and disinformation that as soon as an Indian makes a mistake, then they'll circle around on that mistake. They want to highlight that and then show that the other side. Oh,
by the way, I know. This is interesting that he's saying that, because this is exactly what the Islamic Republic sometimes does. We have seen evidence that the Islamic Republic cyber army sometimes spreads fake news against the Islamic Republic. And they're trying to get, for example, media like Iran International to pick it up, and they try to create sources for it that seems like it's legitimate source. Like they leak information from inside the Islamic Republic, and they have these people that they're like, oh, they're betraying the Islamic Republic, and they're getting credible information that embarrasses the Islamic Republic, and they leak it out. But all of that embarrassing information against the Islamic Republic is fake, and these journalists feel like, oh, I got this really high value information from this guy that is basically embarrassing the Islamic Republic, and they go and they publish it, and then the Islamic Republic is ready to show how this is fake, to basically destroy the credibility of that media organization. So this is what the Islamic Republic does as well. So be very, very careful about these things. This is how skepticism pays here.
Always lying, and you can't trust anything, right? Because if you can just get everyone to go, oh, I don't trust anything, or there is no truth here, then the Pakistani blitzkrieg of obscene lies becomes more powerful. So this is the current dynamic of the war right now, which will likely resume. And if you want the war to end, if you're just a peacenik, well, you should understand these three things, right? Pakistani disinformation, you are the target. If you do not buy Pakistani disinformation and you get turned off by it, then the war is more likely to end, because then Pakistan's military goals cannot be kept. They cannot undermine India by losing, right? By ignoring Pakistan, you're saving Pakistani civilian lives from the Pakistani military, right? But if we can
see, this is actually a good take, because I like the fact that he also cares about the Pakistani civilians as well from Pakistan's government. Okay, so this is obviously a guy that is like, he has good motivations, it seems like.
Continue to adopt and sort of just go in with these Pakistani narratives. If the West takes what Pakistan is doing and runs on those three things, right, being lying about civilian casualties, undermining Indian military superiority, especially air power towards Pakistan, and attacking Indian media. If the West starts to pick up on these three things, and you'll see a lot of Pakistani disinformation activists within Western media spheres will try and push these three narratives primarily, because again, this is they're ISI operatives and these are their war aims. So if you see people pushing these three narratives, I suggest you increase skepticism towards them and call it out if you really are anti-war and want it to end. Because if Pakistan starts to see that their disinformation efforts and their attempt to undermine the West with this nonsense, or undermine India through messing around in the West, they'll stop messing around in the West. And I think that's what you want here in the West, is less foreign nonsense on our soil. Interesting on that note, the Khalistanis have proven they are not Sikhs, because a lot of, you can now see who's a hardcore Khalistani on the payroll of the ISI and who was sort of like Sikhs but Khalistani adjacent, but thinking maybe, right? They now see that the attack on Sikh institutions is actually what Pakistan's all about, and starting to leave them. So I suggest supporting the Sikh community, standing up. If you want the war to end, call out when Pakistan starts bombing the holy cities of Amritsar, or if they start messing around with Sikh religious sites in Lahore. If you want the war to end, I would call out that and stand with the Sikhs and show that you actually do support religious tolerance. Because if Pakistan sees that this war is costing them their global Khalistani proxies in the West, they'll shut it down to maintain those proxies. So again, if you want the war to go away, I suggest you try being a bit more strident on fact-checking the India-Pakistan war. Don't repeat sensationalist claims. And if you kind of show that the West is kind of tired of this nonsense and lies and disinformation, then you will get less nonsense on our soils.
Okay, that was actually very interesting. I didn't consider a lot of these points. Thank you again to Daniel Boardman. Again, guys, go follow him. Oh, he follows me. What an honor. Wow. Guys, I'm so...
To ceasefire or not to cease?
I'm being happy right now. Here, hold on. Let me see. That is so sweet. He follows me. I'm so proud of myself now. That is so... I'm happy. Okay. All right. All right, let's continue. Incognito. Wait, does this incognito guy follow me? No, he doesn't. Okay, so by the way, I saw a lot of these, a lot of posts talking about Muslims in India who are loyal more to Pakistan than India. Okay, so there's a lot of posts highlighted showing that. Okay, so again, I'm gonna. This is just one example of it. Look, this just one post got 11,000 likes, showing this Muslim guy posting in India, saying this guy is from Bhopal. I don't know how you read that. His heart beats for Pakistan. So he's basically posting every Pakistani dream now. That like so heart beating for Pakistan. So a lot of Indian accounts are trying to highlight that. And guys, this is quite dangerous. It could cause a lot of tensions in India as well. There are some some Muslims in Pakistan that are trying to show loyalty to India, but some Muslims in Pakistan that are showing that like, no, actually we're more on Pakistan's side. I'm worried that even like the tension between Muslims and Hindus in India itself could escalate because of all of this. What are your takes, right? So let's, for example, here's another thing that was just recently shared. This got so look at this. So Incognito saying, what should be done with people whose hearts beat for Pakistan but they live in India? So I don't know what's happening in this video. I think they had a picture of Pakistan on the ground for people to step on or something in India, and this Muslim lady was there to remove it. Oh, is there music? And then people were around her saying, "Why are you removing this?" So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? This could escalate. This could increase tensions between. Yeah. So Dr. Akariti is saying, if your heart beats for Pakistan, maybe it's time to pack your bags and head there. We don't need divided loyalties here. Loyalty to India isn't optional. It's the price of living in this great nation. Let's keep our land pure and our hearts united. Jai Hind, meaning long live India. So I don't know if the laws of India does not say that it's not that loyalty isn't optional. I mean, you could say that would be a good thing for Indian citizens to be loyal to India. But last time I checked, there was no law within India that says that this is not optional. Do you have such a law in India? I don't think you do. But I mean, I agree that this is a concern that you have people in your country that are loyal to the country that you're at war with. I do agree with that. So, yeah. I mean, if this lady is an Indian citizen, then she's an Indian citizen based on the laws of your country. Whatever her loyalties are, she's there. Okay, she's a citizen of your country. Again, this is a problem that if people in India have loyalty to Pakistan, but this is a problem that you have to figure out how to solve in a different way. Yeah, I don't think you need to tolerate people supporting harmful ideologies, but there are. I don't know what the solution is, to be honest. A lot of Indians were calling out Salman Khan, which is a major Bollywood actor, because he's a Muslim, and a lot of Hindus in India don't trust him because he's a Muslim, and they call him out. So when the ceasefire came, he posted, "Thank God for the ceasefire." And some people were mentioning that Salman Khan didn't say anything about the terrorist attacks when it happened, but when the ceasefire happened, he did say something. Let me see. Did Salman? I don't know if that is actually true. Terrorist. So, guys, if you guys don't know, because this is a very, very famous celebrity in India, but in India, a lot of Hindus hate him because he's Muslim, but he's so they usually try to call him out. So the caption here, for example, is saying, "The mafia done always in support of Pakistan. Why did he delete?" Oh, he deleted this later. I think he deleted, saying, why did he delete it? Maybe he deleted it because the ceasefire was violated 2 hours later. But how is this, like, saying thank God for the ceasefire? Is that a pro-Pakistan position? I don't know. Let me see. Did he say anything about? Yeah, people in India consider celebrities to be leftist, pro-Islamists. So when it comes to entertainment media and news media in India, the news media is considered to be right-leaning. The entertainment media is considered to be more left-leaning and more sympathetic to Muslims. So right-leaning people in India, this is a very huge simplification of the issue, but let me know if I'm accurate. Right-leaning people, anti-Islam people, anti-Pakistan narratives in India is usually against the entertainment media's left-leaning narratives. Muhammad is saying pro-ceasefire is not pro-Pakistan position; it is pro-common sense position. Okay, yeah. So, but a lot of Hindutva in India attack celebrities because of their left-leaning positions, right? So here's another, for example, I saw a lot of people basically calling out Salman Khan here, saying, thank God for the true ideology, which is a more right-leaning account, saying, thank God for the ceasefire so that I can go back to business and fool gullible Hindus once more, while I keep minting money and maintaining fan base both in India and Pakistan. I don't have to choose and anger my Pakistani fans. Oh shit, Pakistan broke the ceasefire. Let me delete the tweet and go back to hiding again. All right, so people are saying that because he gets a lot of his fame and celebrity power from both sides of the border, he tries to both sides it. And that's why people don't like that, right? So let me show you. What do you guys think about all of this, by the way, about these takes? Right? Hold on, let me see. What is this? Okay. Let me go to this comment. Okay, so this look at this horrible take. Look at this horrible take. This it's a Navabi, but this horrible take here, and this person, let me follow him, saying face of Twitch and the runner-up anti-Semite of the year, Hassan Piker, is calling India a rogue terrorist state in defense for Pakistan. Surprise Pikachu face. So let's look at Hassan Piker's position on all of this. These are the American progressive leftists coming in the side of terrorists against a secular democracy. Oh, wait, so guys, the sound was cut. I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me. Let me go back. Sorry, guys.
Violates the sovereignty of another nation state. So is Russia. A great example of this would be Russia. Any state that violates the sovereignty of another state and strikes civilian targets is a fucking rogue terrorist state. She didn't even say India is a terrorist rogue state. I think she just said India is a rogue state. But I would go so far as to say, yeah, they're doing terrorism. Also, her analysis on the matter is putting the BJP guy in a very different light. Like she's coming across way more restrained and way more informed, instead of just simply saying, I don't give a shit that there's no evidence, no direct ties to Pakistan involvement in the terror attack that took place. Who gives a fuck? They've been doing this for 30 years. We have to get blood. Seems a little crazy to say, especially when you're trying to defend your position in the Western world by presenting yourself as like a reasonable, restrained, sovereign nation state.
And then
You know, this take is so horrible that I bet you a lot of you prefer when it was silent. Like, you know what, Armin, this was better when you had it muted.
Attack at will and kill civilians, women, children, send them to hospitals in large.
I'm sorry, I'm vehemently anti-Modi and his agenda, but to call India a rogue terrorist state is absolutely incorrect. I mean, this severe escalation that violates all. This is a rogue terrorist action, a rogue terrorist state action. That's precisely what that was. What happened, like just like what Russia has done in Ukraine, makes it a rogue.
Okay, right. I mean, it's so insane. I mean, it doesn't even need any responding to. Imagine. Imagine having Pakistan and you India. Yeah, sure, India. Okay, fine. I mean, basically, it's like being in the middle of noon, having the sun right above you, and saying it's night. That's basically staring at the sun and saying it's night. That's basically what's happened. It doesn't. I don't even know if it needs responding to. Look. So another. By the way, Dr. Malouf also pointing. So look at this. The whole narrative of if you like Pakistan, why don't you go back to Pakistan so much? You can see that people are saying that about the UK as well. So simple question. If they love Pakistan so much, what are they doing in the UK? So what do you guys think about that question that a lot of people ask? So these are Pakistanis in UK. All right, so I'm going to show you some other Pakistani related stuff that just came out. I'm going to show you that, I mean, some people were talking about on Twitter, which are interesting. It's not directly related to the war, but you might want to know. So Dr. Malouf is saying Muhammad from Pakistan works at a British hospital and tried to abuse an 11-year-old girl and take her to the woods. He then pathetically cries and asks for forgiveness. No forgiveness for child abusers. So let's watch this. This is in the UK. Watch this one.
Please, I'm sorry.
You've been online talking away to a child.
I'm sorry.
And your wife's down there and now you're sorry, but you wasn't sorry when you're here to meet an 11-year-old, are you? That's the reason you're here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because you told this child,
I'm sorry.
You told this child this morning about sex, and you would force her if she didn't want to. Yeah, you got a wife down there, and now you're standing here crying. But it was all right sending those messages earlier on.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
There's no sorries now. He's on the phone to the police now. The police will be here to arrest you.
Please, I'm sorry.
How many other children are you talking to online?
No one. I will not talking to no one. Please,
So is it just the one child you're talking to? Is it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We will find out.
No, I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm sorry. Please, I just
Keep your arms down.
No, I'm sorry. My wife.
Your wife. So you've brought your wife down here.
No. She's working Royal Free. I want to come to pick her up.
So you thought you'd come and meet the child first before you went and picked up your wife?
No, my wife. Please, I'm sorry.
Too late now.
No, please, I'm sorry.
You wasn't thinking about your wife when you was grooming an 11-year-old girl online, was you? You're too late to start thinking. You're not even crying, so don't even try it with us. You said this morning, you said this morning about taking her virginity, and when she said you didn't know what she was on about, you said if she didn't want to, you would force her.
Please, talk to my wife, please.
You can't.
Please. My wife is there. Please.
Too late now.
No, Mum will find out.
Are you going to take 11-year-olds to see your wife?
No.
Are we going to meet a kid and then go and see your wife?
My wife. Please.
Do you work in a hospital as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just lost your job as well. Kiss your job goodbye, because I'll see to it. You see how you was going to turn up here to destroy an 11-year-old's life today? I'll make it my mission to destroy your life now. Kiss your job goodbye. And hopefully, if your wife's got any common sense, she'll kick your ass out and all.
So you are a nurse assistant, then, are you, at the hospital? Was a nurse assistant at the hospital.
I am.
We're losing your job now.
No. I am a nurse assistant. My wife knows.
You won't be anymore.
Please, my wife got me the job. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's that all about? Have a word with yourself. Come on.
Sorry, please. My wife, please, no, please.
What do you think that 11-year-old girl would have been saying if she would have turned up and met the likes of you? She'd have been saying,
Sorry, Mike's
no,
uncovered now.
please, please. She'd have been saying, please, and all. Is that your picture you've been using? Is that a picture of you? Is that your picture? Is that your picture? Right, okay. It's a simple question, isn't it? It's a yes or no answer.
So how old are you? Are you 33 like you say you are?
If he's 33, I'm 18.
Don't hurt me, please.
We're not here to hurt you. We're here to hand over all the evidence over what you've been saying and what you've done. Turned up here to meet an 11-year-old and take her into the woods.
Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
These people looking at you. They're not looking at you.
My wife, please.
What the hell?
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I got the wife.
Oh, the police showed up. Okay, the police showed up. That's good. That's good. Okay, so the another thing I wanted to show, that was okay. I'm glad he got arrested. You all is posting this. Okay, I mean, quoted this Dr. Anastasia, I don't know, Anastasia, she has the most horrible takes, saying base countries and basically showing a list of countries that are, say, countries that have banned the Israeli passport. And these are the countries that if you have an Israeli passport, you cannot go there with the Israeli passport. And basically, Eol is making fun of her, saying, I'm sure Israelis are very upset about not being able to honeymoon in Bangladesh and Pakistan. That's a good comeback. That's a good comeback. I like that. Yeah, she's horrible. She's horrible. Let me actually respond to your comments in the chat. Again, thank you. Oh, let me see what Amir is saying. Don't forget to super chat. Oh, we got a super chat? Oh, thank you, Amit. Amir, you're amazing, reminding me if I missed the super chat. Thank you, Amir. We got a super chat from Amit saying, Hassan, Didi Piker support Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, MS-13, but India is terrorist. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you are being if your group is being supported by Hassan Piker, it's very likely a terrorist group. And if you are not being called a terrorist by Hassan Piker, then you should be questioning it. I mean, it should be a badge of honor. If Hassan Piker considers you to be a terrorist, you're probably on the right side of history. Okay, so that usually doesn't fail if you go by that standard. But thank you, thank you for the super chat. Let's look at the comments that Amir has started. Amir, you're amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. Ziv is saying, Armin, do you think they really believe they are winning, or are they just trying to save face and brainwash their population? So the best way to, I mean, people, when they lie, a lot of people, they make themselves believe something before they lie about it. It's really hard to realize, figure out what's going on in their minds. But based on what I have studied, a lot of times when you see people lying about something or misrepresenting the truth, many times they actually believe that lie before they say that lie. It's not always the case, but it's easier. It's psychologically easier to lie when you don't have an internal contradiction in your own mind. So that's what I've read. That's what I think. Not true for all people, and it's hard to tell. Ego is saying, wasn't the U.S. involved in the creation of the Taliban, though? not the creation of it, but the support of it. Actually, no, the creation of it as well. Yeah, because when they supported the Mujahideen, they weren't yet the Taliban. Yeah, so yes, the U.S. was involved during Reagan's time in the creation of the Taliban as we know them today. Yeah, they were supporting the Islamists in Afghanistan against the Soviet Union, and they supported them financially and in other ways, and Saudi Arabia as well, by the way. And that's not how we have the Taliban. That is accurate. Unfortunately, that is true. The movie Thieves is saying, man, I'm proud of this chat. I'm glad we could create such a place when we can collectively talk here without yelling cuss words at each other like other comment sections. Well, okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the live chat here. Yeah, and also the thing I like about our live chat here at the Atheist Republic is that it's diverse, right? Like we have people from all around and different perspectives, different views. People disagree with each other, and it's good. It's good. We even have people. We even have a Muslim here that's constantly telling us that we're everything that we're saying is fake. So it's good. It's a it's a pretty diverse chat here. So I'm happy with our chat. And then we have Radiant Weaver saying, any hope for a regime change in Pakistan? I think you're gonna see a regime collapse before you see a regime change. I don't think as bad as the Pakistan's government is right now, I think the alternative could be even worse. I think if this government falls, you're going to see a power vacuum and you're going to have Islamists basically running in every single direction. I don't know if anybody wants that. Like, guys, Indians in the chat who hate the Pakistani government, do you agree that as bad as the Pakistani government is, a collapse of the Pakistani government could be even worse for India? Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. I don't think you're going to see a regime change in Pakistan. I think like you could see a collapse of everything, and then I don't know. I don't think that's good for anybody. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Let me see. All right, we have another chat. Here's I think a Hindu saying, Armin, India is only secular because of Hindus. Oh, India is only secular because of Hindus. I mean, one of the main reasons why India's constitution is secular is Dr. Ambedkar, isn't he? He was not Hindu. Isn't Ambedkar the main reason for why India's constitution is secular? And he was both anti-Islam and anti-Hinduism at the same time. Am I getting this wrong? I mean, okay, so I'm going to give you that. Hinduism is responsible for India's secularism, not because of Hinduism itself, but only because Hinduism is not Islam. Okay? Hinduism is responsible for India's secularism, not by being Hinduism, but by not being Islam. Okay? Yeah, so people are saying Ambedkar was a Hindu but converted to Buddhism. Yeah, he converted to Buddhism because he hated Hinduism and he hated both Islam and Hinduism. And also, he says he converted to Buddhism, but technically, if you look at what he was converting to Enlightenment values with a Buddhism painting. The reason why he wasn't basically just going towards Enlightenment values is because he didn't want to sell something that is Western to India. So he basically repackaged Enlightenment values with some Eastern packaging of Buddhism. I mean, I could look this up, that how much Dr. Ambedkar was responsible for India's constitution being secular. And yeah, people are saying Hinduism is not a missionary. Yeah, Hinduism helps. The fact that India is Hindu only helps India being secular by the fact that it's not Islam. That's the only way that it helps. So Hudka is saying it does not matter if Pakistan government collapses. The nation is run by military, not government. And if the military have infighting, then Baluchistan Liberation Army and by the government, I'm not talking about the fake civil government. I'm talking about the real government, which is the military. Okay, that's what I mean by the government. I'm saying, so forget the civil government. I mean, if Pakistan's military collapses, then it's going to be chaos. The civil government is a fake government in India. Okay, that they don't hold the power. I meant the military. So, we got a super chat. Just watch videos saying Hindu comms what? Actively disown toxic practices. Hindu comms? What is comms? Is that short for something? I don't know. Yeah, guys, you know I'm an atheist. I disagree with all religions, but we could have our disagreements regarding Hinduism here, but we are at war with Islam. So I'm an atheist. You could be a Hindu, you could be a Jew, you could be a Christian, and I'm never going to be endorsing any of these religions, Judaism, Christianity, or Hinduism. I completely disagree with them. But these disagreements are just that. They're disagreements. We're at war with Marxism, wokeism, and Islam. Our disagreements over Christianity, Judaism, and Hinduism are just mere disagreement. So we could have that disagreement while we unite against greater threats to the world, which is Marxism, wokeism, and Islam. But I'm not going to agree with you on Hinduism. I'm not going to agree with you on Christianity. I'm not going to agree with you on Judaism. Can you tolerate me with these disagreements, given that we have a much bigger threat coming at all of us, regardless of whether we're atheists, Hindu, Jew, Christian, or whatever? We have this bigger threat coming at us. So we're going to have these disagreements forever, but are we going to have these disagreements be the reason why we cannot work with each other against the bigger threat that is coming for every single one of us? Yeah, so saying absolutely. Okay, that's good. The cat lady saying, okay, I'll tolerate you, Armin. Okay. Yeah, tolerate me, but don't require me to back down. Just like I could tolerate, if you are against atheism, I'm not saying shut up about atheism. You could basically be anti-atheism and criticize atheism, and I could also continue criticizing Christianity, Hinduism, and Judaism. Okay, I could criticize that, but I'm not at war with it. Okay, so you could just accept that I will be criticizing these religions. We will just continue criticizing each other's ideas. Okay, but that's just disagreements among friends. That's what I see it as. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm gonna go get ready for my next show, which is the Persian channel. So I'm gonna go get ready for that. So see you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the channel. I'm saying Atheist Republic, the best channel for the Middle East, geopolitics, and religion analysis. Well, thank you, Amir. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thank you, Amir, for doing all the highlighting and starting. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go get ready for my next show on my Persian channel. So see you later. Bye. Mwah. This was fun.